Images of the disturbing scenes of torture explaining the abuse of human rights by the Uganda Police Force, an institution of government charged with the responsibility of keeping law and order, at the same time observing people's rights. Following these acts, the Inspector General of Police, General Kale Kayihura, has turned evasive to show up before court to count for his alleged orders for the occurrence of these torture acts and abuse of people's rights in Uganda. In what again was another act of defiance and disobedience, General Kale Kayihura again turned CAGEY to show up before the Human Rights Committee of Parliament, claiming that he was on official duty in Rwanda.
General man has become too general in Uganda, that no other general can prevail over him. I think this is not right. This country belongs to all of us. We shouldn't be put down in this way, please.
Thank you.
Proceed. Would you like to help us to see the letter, please?
You will see the letter. Thank you very much.
No, not me, the committee.
The committee will see the letter. When I say you, I mean the members of the committee.
Much as the Inspector General is not here, his committee can still call him, and I know he's willing, he will be able to.
While he remains on the run in fear of accounting for his alleged orders into the crimes of torture and human rights abuse, before the committee were members who found his purported orders of whipping Ugandans with the sticks with no problem.
That sometimes the members of the public incite that.
Is it an order? The honorable member to actually go ahead and say sometimes people provoke to be beaten. When our constitution does not accept.
No, at times you find
I think I raised an order, remember you went through the nation.
Let us respect the laws we make. Under Article 44, torture is underogable. Until we change our constitution, whether provoked or not provoked, the torture is underogable. It must not be done in any circumstances. You can detain a suspect even for 2 days. You can restrict somebody, you can do, but torture, therefore, only 4 in the whole constitution. So let's respect the laws we make.
With this confusion at play, other members of the committee found it unreasonable to continue with the committee without the presence of the wanted General Kayihura for his crimes of torture and abuse of human rights.
Is it okay to have this police here without the Inspector General of Police? Yet he has a lot of answers in front of us, where he himself has even confessed that he permitted the beating himself.
He actually mentioned how a baton charge is used. He did not say, go and beat a person like this using a stick. He said a baton charge is like this. And out of our institutional appreciation that we need to use batons, not tear gas.
When I saw an innocent bystander very excited about his candidate being knocked down by the police vehicle, we need an explanation. I can't come with that.
It was not him who told the police officers to go and beat people, as it happened. And those were acts of individual officers which have been properly handled. And you wait to get the results of what came out of the courts.
But what's the pledge of police to redeem its image and respect human rights?
Our pledge is going to be that we are determined to police Uganda. We are determined, and we are going to be good police officers, and the institution is going to change. And it will change, and the process is on to have it changed. And I would want this committee to take note of the very positive actions that have been initiated by the Inspector General of Police. For example, I'm Chief Political Commissar. Most Ugandans are hearing about this position for the first time. This position has been strengthened. I am almost an oversight mechanism on how the police functions, and the public must know this.
The political commissar of the Uganda Police Force, Isabire Iga, claims that police cruelty arises from public attacks on the force.
But really, all of us should look down upon acts of people firing the communities against the police. That one would not take us anywhere. You know, people are angry, and then if people are going to fire them more to be angry, you know, setting the communities against the police, I think it's not going to make results at all. So we need deeper cooperation between the police and the communities, and we need the support of every Ugandan, opposition, government, whoever is a Ugandan, even the non-Ugandans, by the way, because they need our security.
However, he was quick to reveal that the behavior of some police officers is as a result of bad child bringing. Many of them missed parental guidance.
Police officers are your own children. We draw them from the communities. You know, we are essentially brought up in our families. And who we are in our families, it is what we turn out to be when we put on uniforms. So we are going to need the support of the parents to bring up their children correctly, so that finally when they come out and IGP is training them, they turn out to be the officers that we require. Look at Makerere. Every day there are riots in Makerere. But the moment we put up adverts for graduates to join the police, they come. No. But they take big stones and crush them into our trucks that cost 1 billion shillings. One of those trucks is 1 billion shillings. But if a student's just simply going to take a stone and crush it into that truck.
1 billion shillings?
Yes, they're not cheap.
The Human Rights Report also portrays the Uganda Police Force of working with goons in the city that have tarnished the image of the force. The MPs demanded an explanation from police about their relationship with notorious Abdu Kitata. He is accused to be central in committing crimes against humanity.
He is the chairman of Border Borders in Kampala. He is the chairman of NRM in Rwanda Division. Under civic relationship, we are obliged to work with the people, especially those formed groups like Border Borders, for law and order. Now, there are many times where Kitata has been mentioned that he is really uncontrollable and all this, and we have made it very clear to anybody who has a case against Kitata to report, and nobody has come out. He goes on radio and makes a statement which is not criminal in nature, and people say he is so powerful. And anybody who has a case on Kitata, please bring it. Police will investigate and will bring the results here.
Kitata is reported to be in possession of a firearm he uses in torturing civilians, and police has done nothing to bring him to order.
Does he have a gun?
He doesn't.
Does he have a pistol?
He doesn't. And if he has, then he acquired it as a private citizen, because private citizen are allowed to have guns. No, as far as I know, he doesn't have. But if he has got, then he has got it under private arrangement.
The police confessed of working with several notorious groups of civilians in Kampala to crack down on criminals.
We are not only working with Kitata, we work with all the groups, with the market people, with the taxis, with all this, and that's it.
But Mr. Kawesa, considering that is misleading the people and almost marring your reputation, can you caution him?
Yes, we can, and that's the point we've taken.
Last week, police was accused to have staged a mob of goons to storm the Makindye court to disrupt court proceedings in which the embattled IGP was expected to appear to answer alleged offenses of torture and abuse of people's rights. However, Kawesi says the matter was only blown out of context.
Maybe because this one was involved a person who is not a politician, it was given more prominence. We've had similar incidents, and the police has fought, where politicians come to court with mobs. One time the Nakawa court was actually suspended. The proceedings were suspended when people came and actually mobbed up the court, and the police struggled to stop this. What happened here actually, if police had not worked hard, it was going to be bad at Makindye court. Police evacuated the lawyers, evacuated the Lord Mayor, protected the magistrate. But I think the committee needs to come out and say, let's put regulations on how people go to court completely. If they are informed groups, we shouldn't allow them. But the practice is not only it has not only come during this session of Makindye, it has been there before.
But what should be done?
Investigate all these cases that have happened before, not only at Makindye, but even in other courts where such incidents have happened.
Madam Chairperson,
Timothy Sibasi, BS Television, Parliament.